Hey everyone, welcome to Science-Based Fitness. Appreciate you guys stopping by. In this video, we're talking technology in fitness, specifically how technology might change fitness moving forward. Now, I don't think there's any wrong answer here, but I don't think we're gonna be phasing out dumbbells, or I don't think we're gonna be phasing out exercises that work like squats and deadlifts and bench press. But specifically, how do we think that technology is gonna change the way we build home gyms, change the way we monitor workouts, change the way we track progress, and so on? So that's what we're gonna dive in today, how technology is going to reshape fitness. What if one piece of equipment could do all of these things and more? I think fitness is entering that kind of gamification, information era where we have so much at the tips of our fingers and we end up with pieces of equipment like this. This is the Gym Monster 2 from the company Speediance. I've been using it the last month or so, and I think it's a perfect example of how technology and fitness are advancing so rapidly. One major thing that's always going to be advancing with technology is the integration with apps. And the Speediance app is no different. Speediance has what's known as Wellness Plus. When you first log into Wellness Plus, it's going to ask you to select your goals. It's going to give you a few options, and you can see in the demo version here, it selects gain muscle. It then asks you to pick the targeted muscles you want to specifically work on. It'll ask your current fitness level and then design you a program specifically based around your goals, utilizing some of the most current and up-to-date exercise science, utilizing different training phases, and making you an optimal training program. And one of the cool things with technology like this is that we're always advancing in the connectivity between smart devices. This can sync up with smart watches, smart scales, multiple different smart devices. We can utilize this app to even track our nutrition, scan different food, just like so many of the food tracking apps like MyFitnessPal and so on. Especially if your goal is to lose weight, this is really great to have the integration between these two. And another cool feature to this is that there's an AI assistant. This allows you to go in and ask specific questions regarding your workouts and even ask something like, how do I develop more balance? Basically, Wellness Plus takes all of your fitness data and turns it into a fully optimized plan so you can focus less on the guesswork and more on the results. Let's take a deeper dive, looking at some of these advanced features that might just start to be commonplace in all gym equipment and in all fitness facilities. Now, one of the coolest technological pieces to this is how we can adjust resistance, and we can change it through different dynamic modes. There is a standard mode, which what you see here. So this means here, as I lift, it just keeps a consistent resistance throughout the full range of motion without doing anything different. Now we have chain mode here. Now this is a form of accommodating resistance where if I had a chain on this or bands, as I lift this up, there would be more links from the chain added, making the resistance greater, the greater my range of motion gets. And then we have eccentric mode. This is the lowering phase of a lift. So what it does is actually increases the resistance on the way down as we do this exercise. This is extremely cool for hypertrophy. The ability to overload the eccentric phase of the lift is where we have the most mechanical tension and we can see the most muscle damage. So definitely really cool. And then lastly, here we have fixed speed. Doesn't allow me to lift any faster. I can apply a lot of force throughout the exercise, but it doesn't allow me to go any faster. Now, I did a deeper dive on all these different resistance modes in my digital weight system video, which I'm going to link at the end of this one. So if you guys are interested in more in-depth explanations on how these work, I kind of dive into the exercise science a little bit more. So make sure you check that video out at the end of this one. So if you're new to working out or you are new to using a digital weight system like this gives us strength assessments. It allows us to go in and actually test our strength levels so we know how much weight we should be using. But this also allows us to retest and see what progress we've made. All right, so I'm gonna run you guys through this strength assessment and show you what something like this would look like. You're gonna start out by going into your user profile. You're going to select strength test and select the muscle you wanna test on. We're gonna do chest here. Now the test is gonna start you out with sets of 3 repetitions. You can see me repping that out here, and then it gives me 30 seconds of rest. You begin again, another 3 reps, where it incrementally gets more and more challenging. And this is a recording of the screen showing you what it looks like. And this will get challenging all the way up to your max weight. And you can see me as it's getting more and more difficult. Now here's my score of 202, saying my max is 220 pounds. And now this shows you the ideal weights you should be using when exercising. Because adjustable digital resistance feels a little bit different, sometimes you might not know how much weight you should be using. Doing a strength assessment like this allows you to have a better idea on how much you should be using throughout your workout. All right, so let's give a better idea of what a real workout on here looks like. Now I do have this muted because there's music and this guy talking in the background explaining how this works. Now, I will say that there is also this extra piece of technology. I actually turn my weights on by either touching the on button on screen or using this Bluetooth ring. All I have to do is tap this button and the weights turn on. From here, I can actually do my exercise. Big stretch. Now, this is registering a lot of data, and I want to take a few sets and actually alter what this data is going to look like on purpose. So I'll meet you on the other side. So we just completed a really basic workout of just 2 movements. I want to show you how this data reads out and what you can expect to learn from it. So this actually gives us an overall movement score, which you can see right here. And for me on this is a B, which is fine. Now this is based off of 4 separate categories. The first is completion. I hit all 5 sets that I was supposed to do, so I got all 5 out of 5 for completion. Next we see force control. This means, am I applying the appropriate amount of power throughout the entire repetition, throughout the entire set? That gave me a 3 out of 5 score, so obviously I have room for improvement, and I did purposely throw this off so we could better analyze these scores. Next, we have bilateral balance, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Am I doing the full range of motion? Am I symmetrical from side to side? So this is trying to read and give me a score. If maybe I'm cutting my left side a little bit shorter in the range of motion, this is where I can actually see that. And I got a 3 out of 5, so obviously I did that as well. And next is stable amplitude. If you ever see someone do a repetition and they're doing them to all different heights, not necessarily on purpose, that's where it's reading my amplitude. Is it a nice consistent movement? Is it hitting the same peaks and the same lows each and every time? Now we can also see on this the weight that we used, and it even comes down here and gives me some pointers on each set on things that I did wrong. And you can see there's quite a few pointers from things that I definitely did wrong. So all of this data is really great, but what if you don't really care about all of this data that much? You just want to get on a machine and get a good workout in that's right for your specific goals. Well, this can also help us there. We can take a look at endless options here and even build full programs. We can even select the entire month, pick each specific day we want to work out, and designate a workout to each day. Or if you just want to take it one day at a time, select the workout that best fits what you're looking for and begin. Or if you're someone like myself, you can specifically go in and build your own workout and select the designated exercises you want for said workout. Now, one of the things that is pretty cool and keeps us coming back for more is the gamification of fitness. This is a way to help you stay consistent and help you have a goal you want to achieve. In each and every workout, you get to see yourself getting closer and closer to maybe 10 full workouts or 1 full month of actually training or whatever it may be. Now, this may not be an advancement in technology, but it's definitely an advancement in the way that we actually implement some of the psychological components to fitness and health. I think for the average person who's just looking to get in shape or maybe build a little muscle or just look better, something like this is a totally viable tool that can help you achieve those goals. Now, throughout this video, you've been seeing me use the Gym Monster 2 from the company Speediance, and they've sent me this piece of equipment, and I've really been enjoying some of the technological advancements that are kind of coming about in the fitness world, which is hence why we made this video on the topic. If you guys are interested in checking this piece of equipment out, I have a link in the description. Make sure you click that and at least see if it's right for you. I think for most people who are just trying to get in shape, be healthy, that are looking for an all-in-one piece of equipment that will walk you through some self-guided workouts that doesn't take up a lot of space, pretty much does everything you need it to do, this is a good piece for you to consider. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.